Morning and welcome to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Rhonda Lawnert.
And I'm Chuckalicious, Chuck Williams.
Last year, we talked about this earlier. The Panhandle War Memorial will have their 9/11 celebration on Monday. Last year, I got to speak at the event, and the topic of my discussion was thank you. How do you give back to those who give so much to you and your community? I'm talking about fire department. I'm talking about police department, sheriff's offices, EMS. How do you give back to them? And it's simple. You start with a simple thank you. And this group here is doing this in memory of one of those superheroes. We know the story of Chief Curtis Brown, the tragic accident that took his life, and really this is to honor him and what he did to do this. The Brothers Keepers Motorcycle Club is an organization that backs firefighters, and he fought for a year and a half to establish this chapter here in the area. And this was a big deal for him. So they're having their burn run, poker run tomorrow morning. And joining us, Mr. Michael Pearson. He's a volunteer in the fire department out of Canyon. Michael, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Good, sir. Thank you for having me on.
We talked during the break about how this got started and how Chief Curtis was really instrumental in getting this going. Tell us a little bit about that and what kind of guy Chief Curtis was.
Yes, sir. Curtis was probably one of the best people you'll ever meet. He gave his all to the fire service. He was an instructor. He was a mentor. I mean, you name it, he did it. If it had fire service in it, he was involved in it some way, some fashion, somehow. And he started working on this back in late 20 and all the way through 21. We actually started our chapter January 22 to get this thing going. There was about 10 of us that started and got everything going, got everything up and running, and kind of just made this thing happen. And Curtis was instrumental. Him and the first assistant out of Dalhart, Berto Gordon, them two worked their tails off getting this thing going.
Well, I see this poker run has some interesting stops. Clinton Sons and White Deer. I'd sign up for that. And you have the Moose Lodge in Pampa, and you're going to be stopping in Borgers. So tell us about those businesses and why they want to support this cause that you have going on.
Clinton Sons is a great organization. Josh over there is probably one of the best people you ever meet. He's their marketing guy. Great guy, and they want to do anything they can for first responders. They do a lot with the White Deer Volunteer Fire Department, and Jason Neal and Brad Britton, them guys over there. They work with them a lot, and they're just Clinton Sons is a really good small town family oriented business, and they're willing to. I reached out to them, and within a day they were like, yeah, come on, we'd love to have you. So, I mean, they were very adamant about helping us. Moose Lodge, they reached out to us and asked if we would make them a stop because they wanted to help. And same thing with Antelope Creek. Tina over at Antelope Creek, she's donated a lot of auction and raffle items to us for the run. I mean, Antelope Creek is they have always taken care of us. They sew our patches on our vest for us. I mean, Tina's over there has been just tremendous to work with anytime we've needed anything.
Tell me, when you think of poker run, I'm thinking of all motorcycles and everything. But this year you are welcoming cars to come along too, are you not?
Yes, sir. And the reason for that is there's a lot of people out there that want to support, right, and they don't think they can because they don't have a motorcycle. And there's a lot of people that want to be involved because it is our first burn run. It is our group. They want to be part of it, but they don't have a motorcycle. And we just felt like they need to be included in it because if they want to help and they want to be part of it, they need to be included. So we opened it up to everybody. My mother and Bill Heisner are a perfect example. They'll be taking a car tomorrow. They're both first responders.
Right.
My mom's been a parole officer for 25 years. Bill Heisner's been around the fire service longer than I can remember, and they want to go, but they don't have motorcycles. So that was, that's a perfect reason we did it like that, just so that everybody can be involved. We don't want to, it is for motorcycles, but this year we wanted to make sure everybody was included, especially because it's our first one. It's a memorial to Curtis, and we just wanted everybody to be involved.
And one of the things, just like atypical of you and your other crews and firefighters and people who are in the fire service, and a great example of Chief Brown, it gives back to others. It's not all just about you guys. You're raising money for the 100 Club of the Texas Panhandle and the Panhandle Children's Foundation. The 100 Club, especially when you talk about Mr. Brown and the incident there, they were on scene the very day that accident happened, and
yes, sir,
for it and help the family, whatever they needed to do. As a first responder, how do you feel about the 100 Club? Their mission is just amazing.
I love knowing they're out there, because if something happens to me, I know my wife will have support. Until she can get things figured out. Until she comes to realization that something happened, she knows that they're there. I mean, everybody knows they're there, and everybody knows they're willing to help.
Yeah, that Miss Tally does a great job with that group, and this is going to be a great event. It kicks off bright and early tomorrow morning. They're going to start at the Elks Lodge, 923. That's at 932 Clyde Street. First bike out at 9 a.m., last bike out at 10:30. Like you said, cars are $20 per bike, $10 per passenger. You got to thank Clinton Sons and White Deer, the Moose Lodge in Pampa, Antelope Creek Leather in Borger, and also the Elks Club here. Bring extra cash for the raffle and the 50-50, and honor a great man, Chief Curtis Brown. That kicks off bright and early tomorrow morning. Brothers Keepers, Chapter 43, the Burn Run, first ever one. Michael, be safe out there, man. Thank you for what you do each and every day, and God bless you, and God bless your fellow cohorts on this mission.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all, David. Thank y'all for having me on.
Anytime, sir. We'll take a break. We're back with more chat right here on Newsday Amarillo, News Channel